there. uh, Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're there. And this is my first live for way over a month. I've actually not been on YouTube or about for a month, and I'm going to be talking about that. But just for me to get back into things, I'd like to do a normal live first of all, because I love doing lives. Hi there, Nancy. Again, thanks so much for your email. I've just got back to looking at things today. So I've been catching up on a few channels and some lives, and I will reply to everybody that sent me messages. Hi, Diane. How are you doing? You just popped up at the very end of Ava's. So as you can hopefully see from the title, I'm going to talk about things, but I want to do a normal live first of all. Just to get back into doing things and talking to people again. Hi Tracy. So what I normally do with my lives is I've got my little mood board behind me here, as you can see. It was on last. Oh, Silly Billy, because I do the jokes. Hi Anne. So that was last time. So we need to choose a mood board. Let me have a look. This gives you a clue how I feel today. Not that one. Not that one. This one. This one's suitable because we're going to talk about my brain condition. Hey, this is suitable, P brain, because for each time I have a coma, a little bit more of my brain dies. If I'm unconscious for a long time, then obviously a lot of the cells can't rejuvenate themselves. There's some things I can relearn, but a lot I can't. So this is me, P brain, is what I've got left. You might notice things, you might not. Obviously, when I'm filming things, I'm going to edit a lot of stuff out, such as if I can't think of words and whatever else. P brain's right. Now, don't you agree with me that it's better to have a small part of your brain working and use it than to have full use of your brain and not use it and just sit around, watch TV or not do anything? So don't you agree? P brain, it's probably a good thing. You know me, always look for the positives. So we'll put that up. P brain. Let's see who's here. Christina. Tracy, I've said hello to. Michelle, hello. Yeah, I'm going to talk about things, Michelle, but just to start with, I want to just have a little bit of fun and get back to being the me you knew. I don't know who I am right now, but I'll go into all that anyway. So if you can't watch to the end, then obviously watch back at the end. Oh, my frog earrings. I don't know if you can see them or not. Like hanging frogs, the back legs of the back bit. Hi Ava, thanks for your support. I will message you back for all the lovely messages I read of yours this morning. Oh, my mother's spark. Is it Christy? Christy, I think your name is, isn't it? Getting ready for work. Tiny Tim, thank you. Oh yes, Tiny Tim says hit that thumbs up. Love the earrings. Yeah, I don't know if you can really see them or not. I don't have the best filming, and I don't have short hair. I've got it all folded up. It's really long still. Christy, see, that's great, isn't it? I only watched while Baber's back lives this morning. I've remembered your name from that. So, right, so as I say, I want to do a normal bit of live first, and then we'll talk about things, and you can ask me any questions afterwards. So I've done the mood board. I always tell you what books I'm reading. Thank goodness I can still read okay. I was reading, I think last time, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Do you remember I said this is a series of, it was 3 books in the series, and then the author died mysteriously, and someone wrote the 4th book, So it's in the theme of it, but it's not actually by the author. So I'd finished that. I've read the second book, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and I'm now on the third book. Not read very much of it. Oh, look, my grown-up bookmark. This is The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. So I've just started that. It's quite a big book. And then the last one in the series will be The Girl in the Spider's Web. And it's a bit naughty, really, because in the big letters it's got the author's name, but it says continuing his Millennium series. Millennium is the name of the fictional newspaper and story. So that's what I've been doing, reading. Tracy says, "You're right. Your pea brain is smarter than my old brain. I'm bad with names." Yeah, do forgive me if I stumble around a little bit. I'm okay, but takes me a while to just think of things at the minute. My cross stitch, I haven't been able to do that, so this is just since you last saw it, what I've done between times. So I think I just started doing the path when I did my last live. And can you see in that space near the white picket fence that I haven't finished, I've done a water pump. See, it's about there. That was hard work because it's a great big picture, and the actual water pump in the picture I was copying it from is huge. It wasn't a case of just reducing the count of it. It was actually changing the whole picture. But I'm going to have to do plants or something around that at some point. So yeah, and the path's coming on nicely, going right up to this grey arch up here. So that was coming on, but that's had to halt for the time being. But I want to update you on that one. As you can see, I've had to write notes because I can't think what I'm going to do next. What else do I normally do? Oh, I thought you might like this. I just happened to clean a drawer out and I found this. Now, this is from Christmas crackers. And I know some countries don't know what they are. It's something you have at Christmas traditionally in England. And they're like a toilet roll tube. And then it has two extra bits on the ends and covered in pretty paper. And the idea is at the Christmas dinner, someone holds one end, someone holds the other end and pulls it. And whoever gets the middle bit gets the cracker. And there's always a tissue paper crown that you have to wear through all the Christmas dinner. Not quite sure why, but there's always a joke or a motto inside. And then there's also a toy or a gift, but you can buy ones now where they're really fancy things, but it's not what it is. It's supposed to be a bit tacky, a little bit cheesy. And I just happened to find a couple of bits that to give you an example of what you'd get in it. And you get things such as a little miniature padlock. That's the sort of thing you'd get. I found this that I've had before. Miniature screwdrivers. So you get the idea. Or you get little toys. Now this is what I wanted to show you. It's a fish that tells you like your personality. And it's a little film. Like a little bit of film cut out like a fish. And you lay it on your hand. I don't know if you'll be able to see. And can you see it's curling up now? It's not flat. So I would say the tail has gone up and the head's gone up. And then you get a little bit of paper with it and it tells you what that means. Let's see. If it moves its head only, so that wasn't that's jealousy. Moving the tail only is independence. Moving the head and the tail, you're in love. If it curls up sideways, that's fickle, you're a fickle person. If it turns over, you're a false person. If it's motionless, you're a dead one. I'm all right now. There we go. Just had to test. I'm fine. And if it curls up entirely, you're passionate. So I just thought it was a bit fun. You might like to see that. And I wanted to share, I always do a couple of jokes. So I was doing on Ava's channel before tractor jokes for Doug, and then some of them are too long to type out. So I thought I'd just finish off those. There was 2 of those that I didn't do. Sorry for turning around, but I've got to read. So this one is because Doug likes his John Deere. So this joke says, a man once collected everything he could about tractors, posters of tractors, books about tractors, actual tractors, and much more. One day his wife died in a tractor accident, so he gave up his love for tractors. He was drowning his sorrows in a bar, drinking and smoking. While he was smoking, he did some fancy smoke shakes as he kept blowing out the smoke from his mouth. How do you do that? Someone asked. Sadly, he replied, I'm an ex-tractor fan. That was pretty cool. I just checked some comments before I go to the next one. There's quite a few people in the chat now. Hello, if you've just popped in the chat. I can't keep going up and down too much with it, so I'll try and see everybody. Oh, Michelle's saying sorry to Ava, she missed her live. I missed you, Michelle. It's funny, you do remember who's in your lives and who isn't. Ava says that. I thought when I wasn't around, people would notice. Silly me. Ava's saying that's beautiful. The cross stitch. Tracy says, bet that book series is good, Dawn. Yeah, I'm having trouble particularly now with all the names because I think it's Swedish, isn't it? So I just breeze over them. But then I've realised 2 or 3 names are quite similar and they're different people, so it got a bit confusing. Inspired to Wonder, Nancy says, Dawn, that's an adorable cross stitch. Ava says, that's looking really nice, Dawn. Tracy says, so beautiful, Dawn. Tim says, hi. Ava says, look at that smile. What smile? I missed something there. Car Junkie, Teddy. Yes, if some of you want to know more information, I was talking to Teddy at the end of Ava's chat, so just roll back that if you want some more info. Teddy says, hello, it's a privilege to be your friend and share your life and farm with. Oh, thank you, Teddy. Sorry I've not been on your channel. It's funny, when you have COMAs, people then go, you could have let us know. And then might let people know. I think he's a little bit busy and concerned. He's sitting in the kitchen coughing his little heart out, bless him. The Dyson Crazy Adventure, Christina says, hello all, I'm working, can't take you all right now. If you get a chance, or if someone else can you just put Christina's other channel title up, somebody, for me? Just type it in, because I didn't catch it on the other one. I didn't realise she had another channel. Something about Christine's Crafts or something. Michelle says, my son made those crackers for a party this past Christmas. Oh, what did he put in them, Michelle? I'm saying hello to Teddy. Tracy Ocean Fire 777. I had a neighbour that shared Christmas crackers with me. So fun. Yeah, they need to be like the traditional fun stuff in them. Not today, it's luxury, and they work out some of them stupid. They have perfumes in and really expensive things. That's really not what it's about. I make our own, but because we haven't been able to go shopping or anything, I've been going around the house and picking out things and putting them in. I think I put a pen in one. I went and Mike said, I've been looking for that pen for ages. I put in the cracker. You know me, you don't need money to do things. Abe says, this is the first I've heard of Christmas crackers. I have to show you me making them. They're not like, clever craft person. I just literally use a toilet roll, put some Christmas wrap round and screw the ends round, like twist the ends, and put a little bow. Oh, and there is supposed to be like like cap guns, like that sort of bang, a strip that snaps and goes bang. It's supposed to have that, but most people don't actually like the bangs of Christmas crackers. Inspired to wonder, never heard of Christmas crackers before. Sounds something fun. Perhaps I should do something on that Christmas time. I forget sometimes that we all have different things. It's like we'll watch some of the American and Canadian channels. You just talk about normal foods and things. I'm like, well, what's that? You'd see me and go, what's that? And you're like, you don't know what that is? No. Where are we? Tracy says, Dawn and Mike have done an amazing job on their farm bed and breakfast. Yeah, there's more to come on that. Michelle, Bible breakers overdue, I'll watch later. Thanks so much, Michelle. Thanks for all your support. I've seen your lovely comments. Thank you so much. Okay, Junkie, everything I have seen your video, I do agree. Oh, you're just darling. Sandra, Hawkins Family Adventures. Good morning, Dawn. Here it's now 5:30. And you understand now, Sandra, why I can't watch your lives live. Oh, my smile. We're talking a minute. Tracy says, oh, well, yeah, no notification bell for COMA. So I love that. Oh, that's great. I'm going to have to try and remember some of these things. Tracy is the one who just has such a fun but like meaningful comment, but in fun, and it's just so on point. Tracy, you are just there. Sandra says, Hawkins Family Adventures, I'm so happy you're okay. Been missing you in chat. Not okay, but I'll go through that in a minute. This is the trouble with, I'm sure a lot of you have got problems. If you've got an invisible illness, what you see is not what you get. I just wanted to do a live one because there's so much to say, and also if you've got questions in a minute, you can ask me, and it won't be like sort of I don't want to say the not correct or the hearsay. That's not what I want to say, but you heard it directly and as it is. So I want to go into that in a minute. And I thought if you see me live, you'll stop worrying. But it also shows you how, as you say, I look maybe okay and I sound okay. But that's proof of what an invisible condition is. Not more, can't drop a link. Do you want to be a mod? Anyone who wants to be a mod that's on, just say, I want to be a mod and I will do it for you. I like mods if you're going to be here sort of quite a lot. There's no point having a mod and they're not going to be on, or you don't watch my channel. So anyone who does want to be a mod, just put, I'll be a mod. And then I'll just stop you now. Okay. Junkie didn't know of the comas, but I did send prayers to heaven on your behalf, knowing it to be odd not to see you on the YouTube. Oh, hi there, Blue. Hi. Did you see the title? We're going to talk in a minute. Tracy Ocean 5777, your positive attitude is a good example for me, and humour despite the challenges. That is it. I mean, I don't want to knock anyone that has depression or stress or anxiety, but do you know what? If I did any of that, I wouldn't be here now. I have to be positive, and it's the only way. So, not knocking anybody else, and we've all got different things, but again, we'll talk about that in a minute. So, second joke. This is a little bit rude. It's not. It's a little bit naughty. Let's say it's naughty rather than rude. It's a bit rude. So this is my last tractor joke for now. A chicken and a horse lived on a farm. One day when the farmer was out, the horse fell into a slurry pit and couldn't get out. The chicken looked for the farmer, but he was out. He looked for the tractor and some rope, but the farmer had taken the tractor. The chicken did see the farmer's Harley-Davidson motorbike and some rope. He found the keys and rode the motorbike back to the horse. The horse was surprised but happy to see the chicken, who tied one end of the rope to the back of the bike whilst throwing the other end to the horse. The chicken rode forwards on the bike and rescued the horse. The next week, when the farmer was out again with the tractor, the chicken fell into the slurry pit. He clucked for the horse to come and help. The horse just walked over and straddled the slurry pit. He told the chicken, "Grab my hangy down bit and pull yourself up." The chicken pulled and the chicken was rescued. And the moral of this story is, when you're hung like a horse, you don't need a Harley to pull chicks. Do you like that? Oh dear, I think it's quite funny. I don't mind rudy ones when they're quite clever, like clever jokes. Let me just go back a little bit. Fairy Dust, hi there. Hi there, Benay. Hope you're doing better. We're talking later. As I say, I want to do a normal live first and then we'll chat. So if you can't stay around for the whole thing, do go back and look later. Or just briefly go on the end of Ava's live chat that's just been on, and it's very brief there. Let me see. Oh, you're laughing, yeah. Blue, I think that's your sort of joke, actually, isn't it? That's Blue's sort of joke. Yeah, laughy faces. And Dale, hope you're well. No, not at all. You'll see. If you've noticed, I've not been around for over a month, so you'll see that. Didn't see that one going, I like the emojis. I haven't seen those emojis. Okay, so because we're talking about, let's say, things medical, and unfortunately, with things medical, my poor garden has gone kaput. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So I thought this was quite appropriate. My fake plant died because I forgot to fake water it. I just thought that was pretty, what's the word? Where is that? Anyway, that. So yes, I thought we'd do some sort of medical jokes. Harry was recovering in the hospital after major surgery. "I'm okay," he told the nurse, "but I didn't like the four-letter word the surgeon used when I was coming round." "What word was that?" said the nurse. "Oops," said Jerry. I like that. Oh dear. There's that one. And then this, I just thought this was very clever. This is medical terms, definitions. You might like this. So, attack. Oh, and Ava, you asked what I call these moments I have, and you were saying with your lupus and things, you say flares. When it's your brain, it's attacks, because I could have heart attacks with it, I could have brain attacks with it, my body can completely shut down, so it's attacks. Definition of attack, excuse me, keep looking over that one. Attack, a sharp object that you use to hang a picture on the wall. Attack. See where this is going. Benign, what you become after 8. Benign. Denial, Cleopatra's long river. Denial. Do you like this? Definition of follow-up visit, a doctor's way to ensure more income. Follow-up visit. Definition of head lice, required for driving at night. Head lice. Joint, A place where doctors and nurses go for a beer. Joint. Oh yeah, these are for Anne. Anne loves these. Oh dear. Uh, oh, there's Blue again, covered in manure. I know what that. Sandra loves my jokes. Definition of kidney. Located between the kid's thigh and the kid's shin. Kidney. Definition of megahertz. Like, totally painful, dude. Megahertz. See, this is how I get by. I have my book of jokes and quotes. This keeps me going. Jeannie's point. Sorry, Jeannie, I've not been around lately, but we're talking about that today. Definition of nitrate. What a hotel room costs between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Nitrate. Definition of outpatient. What a doctor says when he kicks you out the door. Outpatient. Rectum. You're wondering now. What you did to your sheets if you didn't get to the bathroom in time. Rectum. Urinate. What the nurse says to indicate you're in the room between 7 and 9. Urinate. Varicose. Nearby. Varicose. And the last one, X-ray. Your old boyfriend. Sorry, Ray, did people not know? So that's those. Jeannie's point. It's your Easter there, isn't it? When's our Easter, Mike? Oh yeah, you're there. Mike, when's our Easter? I think he's asleep. Oh, so you're all liking those jokes. Proper mum jokes. Mum jokes. Totally painful, dude. Who like that one? Oh, I've just realised, yeah, Jeannie's our moderator. Oh, might use you in a minute. Blue. Oh my God, I'm not drinking my brew anymore. I just lost it all over the keyboard. Oh, I thought you were talking about the manure again. By the way, Blue's got some new channels, guys. She's got some new channels because she's diversing, let's say. Yeah, like the jokes. Oh God, Junkie, I've been the X-ray. Oh, bless you. Oh. Okay, so that's my jokes that I like to do. I thought you'd quite like those. And just a quick little bit of catch up. Not much to say on the normal things. We've got 2 new little cats have arrived. I think someone's dumped them nearby. One's really fluffy. So, of course, it was Kitty for a while, and it's Fluffy Kitty. Then I said to Mike it was a boy. So he said, well, Kit from Knight Rider. I don't know if you know that. But then he picked it up and goes, Dawn, it's a girl. So he's gone back to Kitty or Furry Kitty. So that, and there's another kitten that's around, but that's not coming in. And the other one, I've just called it PJ because it looks like it's got pajama trousers on. So that's PJ, but they're not ours, although we did go and get some, Mike went and got some, like not lice, tick, like you squirt on. He did that today because it was covered in it. I picked out as many as I could, but you know, if you miss one, and that one keeps coming in and loving waffles, and they're kissing and they're sharing food, and I'm so glad I saw this. But Waffles came in with a little gecko the other day and ate it, and then he ran out and he brought another one like to the door, and he put it down for Kitty. And Kitty like looked at it and ran off. So then Waffles got it and put it in front of Kitty again. I was feeding Kitty. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. That's Lou says, don't know about diversity, more like not scaring everyone completely with my rambling and the other weirdness. I like chats, you know that. So when I'm back to normal, I'm catching up with everybody slowly, slowly. And I was thinking my subs might have gone down. You know what some people are like. If you don't watch their channel, they're like, bye bye. It went down to, it was 1.43K, and then it went down to 1.42K. But this morning, when I turned it on, it was 1.43K again. But then that could be someone new. I don't know. I wish you knew who had unsubscribed. I know they don't want you to know that, but in some respects, I don't want to be to subscribe to somebody if they unsubscribe from me. If I've just subscribed to support them, it's not a channel that I would normally just subscribe to because I like it. So I would kind of like that. See you later, Sandra. Sandra's got a live at, what's your weird time? What do you call it? Pacific time, 1 p.m. Pacific time, whatever that is. I think it's late at night for me or early hours of the morning or something. Anyway, go and have a look at hers. She's got a new camera, so we're expecting some great videos coming up there, Sandra. And I normally also on my lives recommend a channel, not your normal channels, but somewhere a bit different. And I would like to say to you, go on Anne Jay's channel because she's just started new. And I think Anne Jay Sunday Drive, she's back in this chat near the beginning. Put your name down again, Anne, so we can all see it when I'm talking about it. So it's Anne J, as in the letter J, Sunday Drives. Pretty sure that's right. So go and support there. I've already subscribed. And the other channel, oh, there you go, Anne J Sunday Drives. Perfect. As I say, if any of you want to be a moderator, just write it. If you have put it previously and I've missed it, put it again, because I don't want to keep going up and down with the scrolling. Child Hearts, hi, we missed you today. How are you doing? Sometimes YouTube just unsubscribes people. Yeah, I know that. And I also know that when you get to your first 100, they deliberately take some out because they want you to push, push, push again. So there's that. Are you talking to me? Well, he's got his headphones on. He's talking to the telly, I think. He's probably watching football. Yeah, so the other channel I want to just say about, I know some of you probably know them. I know, and you're on, you've got a channel called Vineyard Chicks or Vineyard Chicks, depends how you say it, which is 3 girls that do farming where they live, and they're homeschooled and everything. And those 3 girls also have their own channels. And the channel I want to talk about today is Bunky's Garden. And Bunky is the little one. So I don't know, Jeannie, if you're able to put the link up to Bunky's Garden. And I've done a video I've edited that I want to post where I explain why I need you to go onto her channel and just give her a word of encouragement because she's got really badly let down by an adult who is someone who runs Shed Wars, and he's actually stolen her ideas. Yes, people steal your ideas, but he actually poo-pooed her idea when he first heard of it, said it wasn't going to work. She showed how it does work, and another adult said, yes, it works really well, it's really great. And now he's put videos up saying, this is what he does, it's a brilliant new idea that he does, and he's done for years. And he's and in that respect is why it's so bad. And she's just had such an upset from all that. And she's a little girl, I think she's 8. Bunky, Bunkies Garden, Bunky's Garden. But as I say, I'm making a video on it just to encourage you. All I want is for you to go onto her channel, everyone. Just say there is genuine community here. Dawn sent me, and hello kind of thing, that kind of thing, just to support. If you want to subscribe, great. She does really amazing things, and I say in the video that I've made that she edits herself as well, and some of you know, but just editing's quite hard anyway, and she doesn't do a basic edit. She shows you one of her videos where you follow her for the day. Some people really suck. Yeah, as I say, it's a child, and she's not messing about at it. I've sort of got some ideas from her, but all right, you might not say, oh, I got that idea from here. Some people don't bother, and we all do each other's ideas, or we've all got the same ideas. But this was really unique. It's a way of growing carrots and then transplanting them, which you just don't do. And she accomplished it, and that's why he was poo-pooing it. It's like, why would you do that? But now he's selling it as his own. Oh, that's great. As I say, I've made a video on it, and when you see that video on my channel, it will remind you just to go on there. Oh, child parts. Thank you. So that was my channels really that I'm promoting. And I just want to say at this point, any videos that you see coming up, they're not in real time. I always have a lot in reserve, like particularly animal ones or ones I've edited before, but I've saved some up. I've got a lot of spring flowers coming up. I'd already got ready to post some more of my indoor garden, things like that. So what you see isn't me now. And there is one, I filmed it about 2 years ago, and it's actually one of the first videos I made, and it was talking about my Greek language and showing you what books I use. I still haven't posted that yet, and it bothers me because I did actually have bad fall with my condition, and I've actually got a cast on my wrist. And then you go, oh, do you know what's happened? I'm like, nothing. So my videos are not always in real time, although some things are. So just don't think what you're seeing is me now. Although this is another reason I wanted to do a live, because obviously I wanted you to see how I am now. So that was that. And also obviously my dancing channel, so you know I do dance tutorials. Luckily I've got a massive stock of those filmed. I'm not sure I can even do that anymore, so I'm going to have to be smart and put some things in between and just make them last a bit more. We'll see. And obviously I need to thank you all for your support, and as I say, I've only just got back to picking up comments and emails and everything else. So let's get on to what I suppose a lot of people, I do get big views on these sort of what I call sadder videos, and then I get dislikes because it's not sad as people think or hoped, let's say. Anyway, what I thought I wanted to do first is, what happened was I have lots of attacks which we'll talk about. It's a brain condition from an accident, a very rare accident as well. And basically, over a month ago, I had an attack and I ended up in a wheelchair, which happens a lot. And I did put a community post up at that point, and I said I will still be posting videos because it's a sense of purpose and it gives me a reason to do things and keep going. And YouTube's very good for me, and it helps me try and speak if I'm editing, and it takes me twice as long. And obviously filming, I have to cut bits out because I don't say a word or stumble along. I did think one point make a video, keep all those bits in, but it's heartbreaking. So I did say on my community post, my last community post, I put a little bit that I have a condition, but I will keep posting. Well, literally, I don't know how, was it a couple of days after that? It was very soon after that. I had a coma, and that was it. So I've been gone for over a month, I think. I've not been anywhere. So the last people heard was I was recovering, but I wasn't, because I had coma, and therefore I'm now back. So I'll talk more about that in a minute. But first, I thought it's very important for me, and Mike particularly, this was Mike's idea, to explain, when you have an invisible illness, there are things that breaks your heart to hear, particularly when you're trying to promote that you are okay, when I might look okay on the outside ish, but inside everything's broken, everything. So might get fed up with hearing these things. I've got used to hearing them, but I, I kind of go, oh, thanks, and whatever. These are the 12 main points that between me and Mike we've decided to say, do not say to me, or very likely to other people that have invisible conditions. You're trying to be kind, but these are big no-nos. So, number one, so these are things not to say, particularly to me. Let's see. So, number one, you look well. As I say, what you see, invisible illness. No. Number two, now this is kind of my fault because you see me on the videos soaring trees and all the rest of it. I wish I was as fit as you. See, I'm laughing now. I have to laugh. I have to laugh. I must explain here that if I don't move about and do things, that's when I can have the second attack. I need to be physically going. Even if I sleep for too long, I can wake up, not be able to move my hands, not even when I've got an attack. Things like this, I need to do it. When I was first diagnosed, and this rare condition, there's only 3 people that have ever had it, and they're both dead now. So I'm one of one. And when I first had it, they made me stay in bed all the time or only be in a wheelchair. And it was the worst time because at that point, no one knew. You should move, do things. They said I'd never walk again, I'd never speak again. Because I said, when will I be able to go dancing again? And I went, dancing? You won't be able to even walk again. And it took me a long time to learn to speak prior to that. And they said, but we thought you wouldn't speak again. So I said, so why wouldn't I dance? Granted, I can't dance properly anymore, and it's sad, but I'd rather do something than nothing. Because I like to show no matter what, you can do something. So, number 3. Now, this is a new one. This is a new one. This is what people say to me now. Are you sure it isn't COVID? Well, if it is COVID, then I had COVID years before COVID was ever heard of. Tracy says, invisible wounds, invisible battles. You never know what people go through. Exactly. And we all deal with things in different ways. I mean, you get some people with really terrible illnesses that go out and conquer the world, and then other people can't get out of bed. So there's a lot of mindset to this as well. There really is. I mean, all the things they tell me I shouldn't be able to do or couldn't do or won't be able to do, I can do what I push myself to do. Yes, there's days I can't walk, but I will figure out something. I'll be waiting for that new one now. Yeah, tell me, all you people with your medical issues, how long before someone says to you, I'm really sure it's not COVID? And I don't know if you lot agree, but once people have COVID, then they want everyone else to have had it. Anyway, let's continue with these. Number 4. If you were that bad, you would be in hospital. Well, there has been times when I've been in hospital, such as when I'm in the coma for too long, I stopped breathing, I've died 3 times. But then they put the breathing tubes down you, and I don't know if you hear, sometimes I've got a bit of a gruffy voice, and it's irritated my throat, which is something that makes me laugh about COVID. You shove things up your nose constantly. what damage are you doing? You're getting rid of the hairs, stop infection and all the rest of it. So I've got bad throat conditions from that. There's nothing they can do for me. And as you know now, being in bed and resting is the worst thing you can do. Yes, there was one time when I was actually quite well, didn't have a brain attack, but it's all to do with my brain, anything I suddenly have wrong with me. And I went out to throw rubbish away when we were at Ziggy, the first place here that we had, and walked back and I thought, oh, I just feel something's not right inside. And then within half an hour, Mike was going to find out where you got a doctor from. And by the time the neighbour came to sort of see what was wrong, find out, give us a number for a doctor, Mike and him looked at me and went, oh, you need an ambulance. And by the time I got to hospital, they said I had 30 minutes before I would probably be totally dead. I suddenly had my kidneys stopped working, everything, all my internal organs, my heart had stopped pumping, I had internal bleeding, and all that was, it's my brain. Think of a plug that it stops working, the old-fashioned plugs, and the wires burnt out. Well, you can put a new fuse in, but those wires are burnt. So that's how part of my brain dies each time I have a long problem. And they had to give me massive blood transfusions. And all it was part of my brain malfunctioned, and it just told all parts of my body to stop working. So obviously then I was in hospital and had a life-saving operation. So I just don't know with my condition. This is the worst bit of it. I think with most other conditions, you've got several different things wrong, but they're your things. With this, anything can go wrong in any different way. Jeannie's done some lovely pictures. It's like a biology lesson. So we've got brain. That's heart, is it? Is that heart? And then lungs. Yeah, I'm not too bad with lungs, apart from I get hay fever, and I've noticed, but I think it could be age related. I get quite chesty a little bit now. Who knows? But this is the thing, because it stems from my brain, anything can happen anytime to any extent. I could have multiple things. They said at one point I could go blind one day. You just don't know, it could be anything. I'm like a ticking time bomb. But I live longer than I'm supposed to. There again, I could have a coma tomorrow and that would be it. That's probably the best way to go. And you just don't know. This is why I can't get insurance, why I wouldn't be allowed to fly anymore. I had to sign a waiver to get out here, and I said I'm moving abroad, and they said you're not going to be allowed to ever fly again. I would just have to have a whole medical team going on, and as you can see, if I suddenly had like all my body stop working, as in internal organs again, it's not quick enough. So Ava says, my diseases are all invisible. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Where are we up to? Number 5. There are people with worse conditions. Granted, if you've got to say what's the worst thing, as in a condition or whatever, I would say, for me personally, because as I say, we're all different, the thing I would hate most is to lose my eyesight. All the while I can see, you all know me, all the while I can see the beauty around me, that for me would be my worst thing. So, but other people would say, oh no, I don't want to lose arms, or, so we've all got our own thing. The difference for me is a lot of people with medical conditions either get support, you get benefits, you get help, you get people know the condition or community that have the condition. I have none of those things. That was the only downside to coming out here, that I lost I had the highest rate benefits, and I got free black cabs everywhere, which is part of it. I got money for a PA, personal assistant. because they said for my condition I needed 2, and they left it for me because I knew what I needed to hire my own. So I lost that. Where are we up to? Yeah, so basically support, because it doesn't have a name, but it does have a name, as in it's got names of several symptoms. But as I've told you, they can be multiple and complex. So I have lots of names of things that it can be, like outcome of the brain misfunctioning. So I can use those terms to a medical person, but it's not a medical condition full name, because there was only 3 people ever with it, and you have to have a certain amount minimum for it to be given a actual medical name. But I was abroad in Malta, and had an attack there one time when I wasn't so bad, and this doctor came and I explained what I had, and he had actually worked on one of the other 2 people. So as soon as I said, he knew it, which was absolutely amazing. Dying says that much makes it hard to do my support group's lifeline to sanity. Yeah, I did go when I was in England. There was a group, I suppose you'd call it like respite. It wasn't like going and staying somewhere. It was like a day centre, but it wasn't like that. It was for younger people, if you like. It wasn't like an old people's day centre. And what it was if you had carers or whatever, you could go there for the whole day, and you could have your meal and all that, just to give your carers a day that they could go off and do things once a week. That was a good support there, but a lot of places wouldn't accept me because they couldn't deal with me. Just going back to some comments. What are we up to? Just don't want to miss anything. Yeah. See, this is my dying sign about not having the support. This is what YouTube is for me. Yeah, there you go. Blue Pixie saying my mum was given until she was 27 to live. She's 80 this year. It's mindset. You do get some people that get told they've got this, that, or the other, and go, oh, and they suffer for it. And you get other people going, well, I'm going to do everything I can until then. You know, I do think there's a lot of mindset there. I really do. You've got to be positive, and that is how I get by. Tracy says, can't imagine, Dawn, you know your body, what helps, what doesn't, no one should judge you. Yeah, we'll get to some more of those things in a minute. Jeannie, I'm in Florida, so I've been back 3 times. I hope it helps. I'm not allowed to be, because obviously it's, well, we've all got our thoughts what it is, but I've been told not to have it because it will affect my brain. And thank you, Anne, so sweet. I've really missed your channel. Lou, absolutely, always here for you. Yeah, cool. Okay, where was I up to? Number 6. There must be something you can take. Or are you eating and drinking enough? Those kind of things. So, yeah, that's kind of like there must be something they can do. That kind of thing. Number 7, we've spoke of this. Get plenty of rest, or rest up, or take time out. No, and this is why I wanted to keep going on YouTube, because it makes my brain work. And as I said, worst scenarios, if I sleep too long, it actually is longer to recover if I do at all. As I say, just sleeping too long and my hands are no good. Oh, this is a good one. At least it's not fatal. Well, yes, it is. It's terminal because, as I've explained, each time I have a long problem or a long coma, a little bit of the brain dies. So yeah, eventually, and I could just go now. I could just go boom. And it's not fainting, it's not fitting, it's not seizures, it's not collapse. When I say coma, you've seen coma. It's coma. Number 9. I know how you feel. I have similar symptoms. Well, I do have to be very careful here because I don't want to down anything else. But let me tell you, I have had severe migraines in the past, and I've had severe chronic pains in the past, and I've had serious illnesses in the past. This surpasses them all. So, and similar symptoms, again, we're back to this. At least other conditions, you've got a little idea why I get this, and I can get this, and I can get this, and this. But you're not going suddenly being thrown something like I said this time when all my internal organs failed. No one told me that would happen. No one expected that would happen, but there was no reason. How can all your organs fail? I've had heart attacks from it and things like this, but how can every single thing in your body, your kidneys and your heart and everything, just all at once? It's mind blowing. It's scary. It's scary. I mean, I've had appendicitis. This is like appendicitis was nothing, and I had almost burst appendix, so it was pretty bad. Nothing in comparison to this. Number 10, things will get better. Well, as I say, we've spoken on this. Things will not get better. And number 12, yeah, when you just see the good days, I'm never going to get Mike to film the terrible thing. It's not because I don't want that, it's horrific. I don't think YouTube would allow it, to be honest, anyway. As I say, I highly edit. This is why I don't plan lives anyway, apart from the fact I love just randomly doing a live and catching people at different times. But the worst scenario to do for an invisible condition or rare condition, particularly if you don't really know what it is to be an armchair diagnosis person. Have you had this test? Oh, I think they should test for this. Maybe it's this. So I just wanted to really get that out there, just to, Mike wanted people to know what not to say, particularly you look well. That hurts him, it really does, because he sees all of it. Let's just see. Anne says, thank you for sharing this. Very important for many people, very brave. Blue, self-reliance, absolutely. Always here for you. And even not on here, if you ever want to chat, that's lovely. Ava, mind blowing, literally, literally Ava. Yeah, literally. So, basically, as I've said, it's random. The varieties of it, I can't even list everything. I can't list everything that can happen or does happen. It really is out there. I lose abilities. As you know, sometimes I have to go in a wheelchair. Sometimes I can use crutches. Sometimes I go from wheelchair to crutches. Sometimes I can't because I think Ava said about using crutches. Sometimes your arms aren't working, so you can't do that anyway, which is awful for me because if I can't walk, I need to move. What else? Thinking, that's one of my problems. Now, I've studied brain, different things and psychology and things like this. I know which part of my brains do which thing and how I can work hard to the little cells that are still there, really work them hard, hence the pea brain. I don't know if you all hear at the beginning, pea brain. I'm saying, yeah, I know what pea brain means, but I'm saying that's literally what I've got left functioning, but I'm going to use that to my utmost. And I'd rather have a small bit of brain working really hard than people who've got full brain function and don't bother using most of it. What else? Oh, numbers are a big issue with me now. um, I think some of you have heard before where if you ask me dates or whatever, I've got a little cheat sheet. I can't tell you how old I am, how long I've been married, when we met, all those things people do. I can't tell you. When I come around from COMA, what year is it? I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. You tell me it's a completely different year. It's not, I don't know then. The test where you close your eyes and put your finger on your nose, mine ends up way over here. It's scary. There's some scary things. You do tests like counting threes. You won't believe how hard that is. Sometimes I can't use my brain, as in if I do, it will create a problem. Child part, I'll always love every effort you put in, and even more knowing how much harder it is for you. Oh, bless you. Getting hit with something that takes you down so often and so fast, it's mind blowing. You haven't had these scare of suddenly not being able to function, and half if what you did is unimaginable. It's like I wasn't allowed to go out on my own. I'm not supposed to use a cooker because obviously if I suddenly go into a coma, there's lots of dangerous things. You've seen I do cook. I was told not to go out on my own. I won't be beholden to in jail, which obviously I am a bit more now, but one time in London, I felt well, and I was like, I'm not just sitting around indoors. And I went out on the train, and I went shopping, and had a coma in the street. And it turns out that someone robbed me and took everything. And other people apparently did nothing. Everyone was just standing around looking. No one called an ambulance. And eventually, a shop owner came out, called an ambulance, and everyone said, "Oh, we've just left her because she's drunk." Now, this is something I do get a little bit upset with because I slur my speech a lot. I can't think of words. I walk and fall and trip, and I really do look drunk a lot of my time. I really do. And when I'm well, if I'm working in the garden, I suddenly get a little bit stumbling. I'm like, right, take it easy. uh, yes, I like that Blue. She's saying that she's a nutritionist, dietitian, herbalist. Honestly, anyone offers unsolicited advice, you just disappear. Find again, there you are. May think they mean well, but it really isn't. I never offer help unless asked. Yeah, I appreciate that very much because I'm not allowed, and I'm not quite sure why this is, but I think it's to do with the senses in the brain. I've been told never use essential oils. Apparently, that can really set me off. Not that it ever has, but that was like a big never, never use essential oil. So I can't like do this centre I went to. They had artists in. That's where I learned how to paint, like activities. And a lady came in, and you could go off to a room. And she could give you massage and that. I'm not someone who likes spas and things. I like having my hair cut. But I thought, oh, a little hand massage maybe, that might be nice. And they said, no, don't go because on your paperwork it said essential oils, never have them. I do those not candles, it's the sticks that you light the sticks so you've got the smell, forget. Oh, I tell you what else, while I'm saying I forget words, my Greek's brilliant when I'm in this state. It's like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, my Greek's really brilliant. But it is when I'm drunk as well. So, not that I get drunk often, but yeah, it's like free mind. There's good benefits. Um, Inspired to Wonder Nancy. Thank you for providing this information, Dawn. Your straightforwardness is much appreciated and admired. Ava, thank you for sharing it. I sure do love you, girl. Uh, Yeah, and don't forget, I've said it takes me longer to make videos and all that. I can get it. This is what I film with. Look, it's got a disc in it. And then this has to be converted. And at the moment, this is playing up something chronic. It keeps going funny colours. So it's on its last legs. But yeah, so it takes me twice as long anyway. And then I have to edit out all the rubbish in between. Yes, you've got the nail on the head, Jeannie. We can only enjoy our time in life whatever way we can. I love to draw, paint, cook. But that's it. Child part. I used to read a lot, so much harder now. Oh, while we're talking about this, something I did want to bring up. If you do shorts, I can't watch them. I haven't for a long, long time. I think even when they first came out, can't watch televisions. You know, they have those TVs that are shorter now and really wide. They call them widescreen TVs, but they're shorter. They're not that big square. They're short but long. That it's moving the eyes around like this, and it's not just the eyes, it's the neck. This is why YouTube has that big red S now, because there's a lot of different conditions. If you get migraines, you shouldn't watch shorts. I forget the other conditions, but they have to put an alert now if there's shorts out. There's so many conditions. What's the other one? Dyslexics have problems with them, but they now have to put a warning up if they're short. So if you've got shorts out, I'm not watching them. I'm not bad actually if it's like a close up, let's say a head and someone talking like that. But if it's like a proper video and it's filmed like a short, so I can't do those. And yeah, that's what I was going to say. I can't do puzzles at the moment, which breaks my heart because I love doing puzzles. But again, I said to Mike, do you think it's a look in here, look in there, here, 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 here? So that's it. That's why I think I've been all right reading the last few days. I think I'm all right on that because you're just reading. So I sort of learn as I go. Well, that's a complicated thing to catch a film with. Yeah, I've actually got a little laugh I want to do when I'm a bit more better about filming, but it's going to be like a comedy bit. Yeah. Like, some people are just scary nowadays. Makes big sense because they're seriously condensed in oil form. Yeah, shorts are actually really bad. And this is why I was really sad YouTube started this shorts nonsense. If you want shorts, go on Facebook or what is it, Instagram, all that. YouTube isn't for shorts. YouTube is for content. Yeah, causing to have seizures. I've never had a seizure. That's the annoying thing in England. When you have something, they actually want to pigeonhole you as quick as possible. And they test you for this, then this, then this. And they, for a long time, they would go, oh, epilepsy, epilepsy. And they were going on for ages with that one. And then I had a friend who had a different condition. And they did the same. You've got this, you've got this. And unless you fight and say, no, I haven't got that, I haven't got the symptoms, then that's what you are. But if you fight, then, oh, all right, we'll test you for this and this. And it goes on like that. And it was the same order, and they all kept stopping, right, you've got this and you've got this. Since you can't watch my short, I'll just tell you, thanks. My pistachio tree survived the Yorkshire winter. Yay! Yay. That's a complicated thing to catch a feel with. Oh, I think I read that one. Incense. Oh, thanks, Inspired to Wander. Yeah, I think I've got to be careful with what the smells are, but maybe it's the essential oils rubbing them in. I don't know, but that was like a real, oh, don't do that. That was like one of the main things they told me. I tell you what else I can't do. I've got tablet. Tablet. I only have it for games. I haven't got like internet use on it or anything. And I do spider solitaire. Can't do that. Now again, that was sending me really funny. Again, it's looking here, looking there, looking there, looking there. So I'm all right like this at the minute. Now, hopefully it's not permanent. Who knows? Making big sense actually, because I seriously condensed in oil form. Yeah, maybe it's that. Perfectly said, Anne. That would be terrible. Oh, Dan, Dawn, you're working your brain so beautifully. Going live, it's very taxing on my brain. You're doing such a wonderful job. Do you know, sometimes I think a coma is a good thing because you're out. I have had attacks where I swear I should have been in a coma and I haven't. Almost equals the same to me. A migraine in comparison to this are nothing. Now, I'm not saying migraines are nothing. Don't get me wrong. I know Ava's there and others of you have bad migraines, but I'm just saying in comparison. And it's I can't even describe it. Think of having a steel bar smashing your head, but from the inside out, but more than that. And like your brain, I've had a car accident before and my brain's swollen, and you really feel like your brain is coming out. All these things, but more than that, I can't go into it. All these things at once. So sometimes I think a coma's better. You've shut down, and in that respect, coma's good. But then it's a bad thing as well because that's when your brain cells are dying. Oh, who knows? I do have some aids. This one particularly. This is you put your pens and pencils in. I find that easier because my hands aren't that good, and you wonder how I do cross stitch. Depends. At the moment, it's these two fingers at like trigger finger, so I can do this. Look, I could sew, but when I've sewed for a while, these are now stuck. Oh my god, it's painful opening them again. So things like this are a help. Opening jars, things like that. I can't get lids off. You know when you get ketchup, it's got that little seal on. Those are, I can't get stuff like that. Oh yeah, this is something else I want to explain that I think only is for my condition. When people say how are you and things like that, you all know Doctor Who. What's it called when he changes from one doctor to another doctor? He still knows he's the doctor and he is always Doctor Who, or she, it was a woman last, but it's always Doctor Who. The transition is what I get. I am never me again. Now, I don't know if that's to do with what brain cells are lost or I'm just not me. And even going back to last month and seeing a video or why I'm going to be editing what I've just filmed but not edited, that's not me anymore. And I'm not just saying because I can't move around so well and things like that. It's not me inside. And then I look back at a dancing video from when I was a professional dancer. All right, I'm older, but that's not me, that's someone else. And it's this transition that is hard. And right now, that's the hardest bit for me. I don't know who I am. And I don't know how to explain that any better. Mike only knows me as I was a few months ago. He met me like that. And I'm very sad he doesn't know who Dawn is. I can tell him, he can see videos of things I've done, like when I used to dance, though there's not a lot of footage of that. But he doesn't know Dawn. And yes, we all get different as we get older. It's not like that at all. I can't really explain it. It's like there's somebody else here. And for me, that is the hardest thing. So what's Doctor Who do when he changes from one to the other? Because that's regenerate. No, I haven't regenerated. Regeneration's better. It's like evolving. No. And I wouldn't say it's just going down. It's not that I'm deteriorating. It's not that. I'm just somebody else. Right this minute, I don't know who that is or who I am. It's very hard to explain it. It really is. Let's see. How you digest that. Jeannie's point, life can be very hard. Jeannie, while you're there, put your channel up, seeing as you're my only mod on. Oh no, Anne was on. If you're there still, Anne, put your channel on. That's why I like a good book to get away. Yeah, I'm glad I can still read. Now that I would have thought would be an issue, but that's all right. Ah, Blue. Has Blue got it? I don't know. When the Doctor regenerated into Peter, whatever his name was, I don't think he went the right way. That's so funny, Blue. Oh, you're so funny. Yeah, I would say transition, because I'm not saying I'm worse. Well, obviously I'm worse, but it's not because of that. I'm just not me anymore. I just can't explain it. Charles says, I miss the books. I've learned to do things in 5-minute increments, drawing, reading. Why should I go drawing again? But again, I couldn't draw something and look at it. Playing a game, video. Now, you'd think being on YouTube would be a situation. I've had times before I've been more well, but I couldn't have done a live. If you look at my birthday one, the one I did, the live on my birthday, I saw a little bit of that back a while ago. I was like, you don't look well, love. But see, what's worse? Am I worse after a coma? No, I don't think I am. I don't know. It's difficult. Charles, I started working on reading short bursts, but reading is the most fun when you can be immersed for an hour or more. And I'm here, but not sure I can do that at the moment. I will try. Ooh, I think you explained it perfectly, honestly. I can't do that thought process myself, but that's the closest I can explain it, really. But as I said, your support, guys, I think because I haven't got any support, Mike's here, obviously. We're not talking that, obviously, bless him. And that was on the very first date I had with him. And I went, right, before anything else, I'm going to tell you all this and then just go, well, it was nice meeting you and go away. I will not be offended. I'll be more offended if you go, no, I can do this. And then you go. So I went a bit like this, blah, 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 blah. And here he is, bless him. And I don't know if I've told this story before, but I said to him, right, this is my dad's phone number. And I explained as best I could what happens, but obviously in a coma, you can't really say a lot. But I said, if anything happens or, you're just afraid, I think, how long have you been out with me? Not long, because you hadn't met anyone or my friends or anything. No, I think it must have been weeks, if that. He was new to me. And I said, right, anything happens, just ring this number. What was Dad, about 15 minutes away, maybe? He lived. And I said, just call him. And I can't remember how, excuse me, but I suddenly had a coma. Then Mike said he rang. And I told my parents that I was seeing someone. But it wasn't a point to meet them yet. And what did you say, Mike? He said, oh, I'm with your daughter. She's in a coma on the floor. Do I call an ambulance? He said, oh, yeah, I'm doing that. I'll be there. I think he told Mike to call the ambulance and it's a special number. It was like a first response, a special person that came. And yeah, and apparently my dad went, oh, hi, by the way, I'm Brian, and oh, I'm Mike. That's got to be the strangest story, hasn't it, of meeting the parents. Oh, thanks, Teddy. Thanks very much. I'll be back on your channel soon. If I have to track it or remember for longer than a few days, I'd struggle with it. Yeah, one of the first things I found I couldn't do, very beginning, was, in the supermarket when you put your shopping in the bag, the till, I couldn't get things in the bag. And then they had a little, I say little girl, a young lady, special needs, and she was just there to be useful, just to give her, sort of get her out the house and that. and she ended up doing it for me. And the looks I got, almost like, oh, she can do it for me. And then one lady followed me out, was giving me a right hard time, like she's not a servant, you know, and really having a go. And me and my friend got in his car and obviously got a disabled badge, because if I'm in a shop, let's say a supermarket, and I feel I might have a coma or have a coma, we need the car right there just in case I'm just not right or go wobbly. And then she goes, "Oh, why are you parking there? Who do you think you are?" So yeah, that was a bit difficult. There's Jeannie's channel. Go and look at Jeannie's channel. I feel like all you guys haven't been seeing you for ages. Yeah, and directions. That was something else I found, that if you sort of said to someone, "Oh, how do I get to, I don't know, the town hall, whatever," and they go, "Right, you turn left here and go down to the roundabout, and then first right," and all that, and I'll be going, yeah, 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 and then I'll come away and go, "What was it?" I can't absorb things, which is something I found even harder to learn the Greek, because if I was listening to someone speak it, by the time I've caught up with, hold on, they said that, and that, and they're off on the next sentence. So it's absorbing quickly, which is one reason I'm not allowed to drive. And obviously I can suddenly have a coma, but I can't react quickly, or I can't absorb things quickly. So there's that. Anything else? Basically, I have to adapt, which is why I say Ava does challenges on her channel, and people go, "Oh, you had a really clever, creative idea." No, I adapted to what I did have so I could participate. So I adapt in life, and I would rather have this than someone else have it. I like to think of it like that. I will take it because I like to think mostly I can deal with it. So that is, maybe this is what YouTube's for. I was given YouTube, so I could do this. I wasn't sure about doing this video, but I tried to come to Cyprus and not even mention having it in Cyprus, but obviously it gets out if you suddenly have a coma in front of someone. Things get out, and then obviously I've disappeared from YouTube, and I feel you have to explain. But now I'm thinking, yes, do this, do it as a live chat. You can now ask me questions if you've got any questions. As I say, I'd rather have it first, from the horse's mouth, if you like. If you've got questions, or maybe you'll think about it later, then put comments below if you've got any questions there. Whether I make another video if there's a lot, or I'll just come back to you. If you want to know more about it, if you want to know what the initial accident was, which was a bit extreme as well, it wasn't a normal thing. I have briefly talked about some of this before, so if there's anything you want to know, but I feel this is what YouTube is for. Perhaps I was meant to come, even if I've helped someone else just think, perhaps what I've got isn't quite as bad, or it could be worse. This is something you don't say, but it could be worse. And for me, it could be worse. So, as I say, why my eyes are still working, for me, I can keep going. If one day I haven't got my eyes, it's maybe a bit hard. But there's people that are blind or suddenly become blind. I think, obviously, if you're born with blindness, it's what you know. But people get on with it like I get on with this. Let's see. People can't be right in with name here. Oh, Hedgehog Homestead, hi. As you can see from the title of this video, this is why I haven't been on your channel. Do go back and check out the whole issue. And I actually got a lot of your videos in my watch later. I think we're back to moving ones and things. Where are we? Self-reliant. How are you doing? So if any of you have got any questions, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, because it's a little bit hard to do this. I don't like talking about it particularly. As I say, it's this transition thing that's actually, I would say, the hardest for me. So if you've got anything you want to know, I probably haven't covered everything. Oh, I was going to tell you about sadness, as if that wasn't sad. Yeah, obviously, because I haven't been able to get out to my garden. I'm pretty pleased. I would think everything in the hugel should be okay, the hugel culture beds, because if you look at my video that says something, it's titled something about the correct concept of hugels. If you build them like I've built them, you shouldn't need to water them. And remember, I live in like desert conditions in the summer, and because they've got all the moisture and goodness, so anything in those hopefully should be all right, whether it was growing stuff or seeds planted. I've just planted loads of seeds, so they should be okay. Anything that wasn't in hugels, the indoor garden should be all right, because that was just about ready to plant out, so they're just big. But I've lost a lot of things, and I'm really sad that I've lost the runner beans, the what was it, the brown snake beans? Is it brown snake beans that Josh gave me? And I'd actually asked for those from him, and I've lost them because they're not in the hugel beds. They're in big pots, and you've got to keep them moist. I lost those. I've lost the red amaranth, and I think those two things you can only get from Australia, and I'm so sad because they both look like really good things. We can't get seeds for runner beans here, so I've lost the runner beans, the brown snake beans, the red amaranth, which was doing really well. That's gone. See, this is why I'm more heartbroken about my little garden. I think that's all. When I'm up and ready, I'll obviously do a walk around the garden. But as I say, the hugel should be all right. The raised beds should be all right, because they're made almost hugely, if you like. I've done all the layers of old dead trunks at the bottom of those, so I did make them like the hugels. But anything in pots or the flower bed and vegetable patch beds, I think they're gone. So I'm very sad about that. But luckily, most things I'd seeded out prior, so they should all be all right. Oh, Child Heart says, don't forget that thumbs up. Yeah, especially if you're watching this on the replay, because I think people then sometimes forget. Where are we up to? Dawn, what activities are most helpful to you right now? Well, I would say when I can get back to proper gardening, that's probably the best thing for me. I know you all think I'm a maniac with my soaring and all that, but I think you understand now why I feel like I need to be active constantly, and I don't get tired from that. I get more tired by not doing anything. I'm sure you all have days like that. Sometimes you sit, but you get more sleepy or tired if you don't do anything. Kind of like that. I tell you what, I would love to be able to do, go on my walks, and I can't see that for some time. As you know, I'm mountainous anyway. I did say my next walk video would be to the ravine. Now that is actually quite a long walk away. So what I'm hoping is one day Mike will actually take me in the car to the ravine so I can film it. And because I really want you to see this ravine, it's like, oh, what would you say, Mike? How deep's that ravine? It's like dangerous, like a cliff edge, but it's not cliff, it's a ravine. But it's like really, and maybe I'll just do that, and I'll still put onto my walk videos because I did put the end of the last one. The next walk will be to the ravine, so maybe Mike will take me in the car, and I just don't like it. Oh, this is something else I get: perspective. Another reason I can't drive. Things are not where I think they are. So if I go to reach for my glass now, I have to concentrate. Right, my glass is there. It's like making a cup of coffee. You'll just make a cup of coffee. And I have to think, like you get days when you open the washing machine door when you're meant to go to the fridge. Well, for me, that's everything I do. So I have to go, I make a cup of coffee. And I have to say in my head, right, go to the water, turn on the water. And I have to function like that. And if I don't, I'll do things like, I don't know, put a sugar in my and a sugar in mine. I don't take sugar. Or I'll be like, get the cups out, but I actually get a plate out. And that is my life. That is why I get tired as well. I have to think of everything I do like you're learning a new skill. I have to talk my way through things. And I really hate it when people come and Mike's not here and I have to make them teas and coffees. As I've said before, I listen, but I don't take it in. So I'll say, do you have tea or coffee? Do you have milk or sugar? And I say it. And I don't know what they've just said. And then I have to make it, and people are normally talking, and I can't do that and think about, right, get a cup, put the sugar in. That is something that's quite a thing for me. Yeah, that's something I should have mentioned. That's my everyday thing. And although I've got a glass today, if I don't have a big glass, I can't always see glass. So if this was on the worktop, I might not see it and I'll knock it off. So things aren't where I think they are. So I have to, right, that's there. But yeah, it's this constant in my mind. I've got to, and that's why today I've had to write down what things I'm going to say because I don't think I could quite formulate that. So let's just look back. It's good because some of your comments give me like, oh yes, I wanted to say that. But what activities are helpful? Well, really anything that really gets my mind going. I did try playing on my tablet the bubble game where you've got all bubbles up and like shoot the balls off. That was all right, even though that's balls up there. That wasn't so backwards and forwards. Maybe it's side to side then up and down, but that was all right. But my hand started doing that trigger thing. It doesn't do it all the time. Like, yeah, that's all right now. And so I can't play that for long. But I thought that would help with coordination. Don't know. We watch a couple of quiz type programs on TV. That's obviously anything that's going to get my brain going, not number puzzles. I didn't mind Sudoku. I didn't mind that, but I'm not bothering with that now. As I say, I did like puzzles, but that's an issue. I don't know. I do like crafts, but as I say, get that trigger and the hand hurts. Thinking about drawing, but as I say, I don't want to keep looking up and down. No, I want to get back to walking. I need to try and exercise a bit more. And gardening. I've been doing some planning of the garden a little bit more and done a little bit of that. The garden makes me happy. So much done, that's fine. Diane, your attitude is amazing. So many people feel sorry for themselves. I can't stand that. And go about saying, poor me. You just go about living life and enjoy. I always think there's a reason, and this is the only way I can get through things. I say things happen for a reason, or things weren't meant to be because you're meant to be somewhere else. So I always say, after the accident and how I've ended up. If that hadn't all happened, I wouldn't have found Mike, and therefore we wouldn't have ended up living in Cyprus. And I will take it every time. I will take it every time to be here like this. And that's why I say, is this what YouTube's for? You know, I can't get money from YouTube. Well, it's not about the money. I would like subscribers, because obviously that makes me feel good, and that's why I love the comments. And I was doing, every time someone comments on my video, I was commenting back on the video of theirs, one or more. I'd like to get back to that. Now, you would think, but as I say, it's not epilepsy or anything like that. You would think watching the screen and doing computer stuff would bother me, but it doesn't. But as I say, it's not seizures or anything in that respect. So I'm thinking I'm meant to go on YouTube to talk about these sort of things, and even if it helped one person go, yeah, maybe I should get on a bit more, or, well, I won't. Even if you say I won't let it get me down, look at Dawn, she's positive, that will be the best thing. So no matter what, I know some of you have got really bad conditions and problems and all sorts, but just go, well, today I'm going to be positive about it. That's all it takes. I like what you say, bring joy to others. Do you know what does annoy me a little bit? There's some real rubbish YouTube out there, isn't there? Like, really, I don't know if it's the sort of thing some of you have looked at or not. And I'm like, they get big money for it, and people go, oh, you're so lovely, oh. And they're just rubbish, as in there's no content. And then I just wish somehow YouTube could put out the good stuff. I do work hard, but I feel this sounds really awful. But a little while ago, I got a little bit disheartened by some channels, like, call it jealousy if you like, got really good reviews and being promoted, and there was just no content. There was nothing. I'm not saying it was bad content, there was just no content. And I went, oh, clicking through, don't want to watch that. Oh, that's rubbish, that's rubbish. There's one we were watching the other night, and half of his video is him just walking up and down. Now, it's not bad editing, it's so his videos are long enough to get loads of adverts in. Anyway, so I got disheartened. I thought, well, I think mine's variety. I've got lots of variety, and I don't film something if it's not worth filming. And I just sat and watched one of mine. Do any of you watch yours? I know there were some neighbours saying about they watched theirs back. Oh dear. Where are we? I look forward to watching more videos. Have to go. Oh, it's lovely. All the best to you, Char of Hearts. Hold on. I don't think I've got the chat there. Oh, there we are. Ah, love the dinner. I'll go back to the beginning. Yeah, the very beginning's a normal live, what I normally do in a live, because I was actually quite nervous, and I don't get nervous doing these sort of things. And it's just going back to people again, and I knew I was going to talk about this. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to talk about it. I didn't want to make other people with problems feel like I'm poo-pooing what they've got, and so I was a little bit bothered. So it was a normal live first. I should have looked at the time actually to see what time it said when I went into the chat. Oh, and also, as I was saying at the beginning, some people just click on these sort of head titles. They want to see tragedy and all the rest of it. So I didn't want to start with it. I thought, well, if you want to look at the tragedy, what's the first bit? What's Charles saying? Best way to do it, Diane. It's not pleasant, but other things in life are pleasant, and sharing pleasantness with others allows more joy to grow faster than the sadness. Yeah, life's short, as they say. Well, it really is. You don't know what's happening tomorrow. So Jeannie, I look forward to watching the videos. Child Parks, thank you, Jeannie. Yeah, if any of you have got questions, shove them in. Blue self-reliance, I have issues with that sometimes, so if I have more than one visitor, I make a pot of tea and a pot of coffee and milk and sugar out and let them figure it out. Love it. People know, I just say, right, you do it. Or I play the game a little bit like that, and I say, right, do you have tea or coffee? And then that's all I've asked them, tea or coffee. And then I put that in, and I say, well, you put it in so you've got as much sugar or milk as you want. I had a phone call, had to answer. Yeah, oh, I can't use the phone. Literally, can't use the phone. We're talking visually, I can watch, listening, no. It's harder, it's more effort, which sounds silly, but if I can see face to face, it's easier. Listening on phone, no. And I don't mess around with pressing all the buttons and figuring things out anymore. That's something else. As I say, there's so many things that I can't remember to tell you everything that I can and can't do. And my sweet, I have to run, look after a sick neighbour. Oh. Yeah, you'll know why I've not been on yours, Anne. You know I pop onto yours when I can. Inspired to Wander, thank you, Jill. Must go. Keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Look forward to chatting with your neighbour's channel soon. Yeah, did you say I came onto Ava's channel? I just put loads of plans up. That was something else. I was like, oh, I don't want to go, hello everyone. It's like a bit pretentious. I thought, let's just throw some plans up. How are you today, Hedgehog? Yeah, so if there's anything else you want to know, what was the accident? I think I've spoken of it before. It was on a fairground ride and not a dangerous one. My mum always told me, don't go on dangerous rides. It was, I think you call it waltzers, where you sit in those round seat things, and basically smashed my head on the metal. It went round, wasn't quite fixed properly. Can you imagine? Crashing into a steel bar, and then your head hit the side, and then the girl next to me slid round and she sort of hit her head on my head, which squashed my head on the metal at a faster rate. I think it's something like over 60 miles an hour, they reckoned it was the impact of. And she just had a little bit of a headache, nothing, and that was the start of my problems. So I promise you the next live will be another fun one. I always start with jokes. I always put some jokes in. Always promote a channel you might not have seen out there. So as I say, you recently joined me, do go on to Bunky's Garden, and you'll see at the top of this video why I need you to go on Bunky's Garden. Very sad, little girl, been upset. And also her dog died as well, so she needs to know there's a good community out there. I think Hedgehog Homestead, you go on her channel? I think. You certainly go on Vineyard Chicks, her sister's channel. Pearson channel. Yeah, as I say, if anyone else wants to be a moderator on my channel, always happy to have you if I know you. That's why I put up, I don't know if it comes up for you. Yes, it's down the bottom on my chat. It says chat. Oh no, that's my thing. I put that you have to be a subscriber to be on it, and the reason is there's a nasty channel out there at the moment jumping on everyone else's channel. One channel didn't quite realise, and they actually made them a moderator because they asked to be a moderator, and now they're being plagued with all sorts of horribleness. I've warned some channels about this person. If he's jumped on their channel, and someone here will know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. And let me just say, he's been on many channels lately, and 2 channels have now been taken down because of things, and he's jumping on channels all over the place. And causing problems for the channels. So I've done subscribers only, and you can actually reject a subscriber, as in if someone subscribes to you. So say this person did, I know how to do that. So just be careful out there if you've got your own channels. Certainly don't follow when somebody else says make blah blah a moderator. That's the new game as well, and then they cause chaos. So yeah, subscribers only. And also because of the content of this, I know anyone can watch it afterwards, but obviously I need my community here just to help me along. So as I say, if you think of anything you want to know later on, you think about, as I say, there's loads more issues I have and things I can't do. I can't think of everything. I keep thinking of things as I've been reading your chat. But added up together, as I say, at any time, anything can happen. There's no limit as to what can happen to me. If part of your body can go wrong in any shape or form, that can happen to me at any time. And the worst is when all of it happens at once or multiple things. So just because I say I've had an attack, you've got no clue really as to how bad or whatever else. So I'm going to post again. I always post on Wednesday and then Friday, Saturday, something like that on this channel. Seeing as I'm not doing much, I might try and get 3 out because, as I say, I've got a lot of stuff edited that was sitting there, but do note it is not in real time. So I don't want you going, oh look, she's running around the garden. I don't know if I've got that. I've definitely got the one that's going up on Wednesdays about cauliflowers, my growing cauliflowers. That was before all this time, and so I'm definitely walking around with the camera then. But I think there's a few more. As I say, there's an indoor garden one, and obviously I haven't been doing that. There's the next indoor garden and bits and pieces. So I think we're finished there for now. I thank you all greatly for your support. I thank Mike. Thank you. I hope you understand. I hope that you don't think that I've tried to down anyone else's conditions or symptoms, or if you do happen to let yourself feel depressed or anything else, that's your choice. But just try and have a little bit of positivity. Just think there's a reason for how you are, and you're all great. Give me time to catch up with all your channels. As I say, I would love if you comment on mine. You're obviously going to be the first people that I try and catch up with first. Do always, if I can't post a video, go back and look at a previous one. Go back to the very beginning of my videos. If you haven't seen them, it's all about my story of coming to Cyprus and the house, because I don't often film in the house. So there's a couple of videos there showing how the house was and things like that. And I'm now going, I've put up one already about building the next part, renovating stables. So I'm going to edit the next one of that for you. Anne says, oh, Jeannie says, Anne, are you here? No, I think she went off. She had to go and look after a sick neighbour. I think that's what her phone call was, Jeannie. I need to make lunch for family. Can you send me lunch? Send me lunch. So it's 7 p.m. here now. So I think we're going to get something to eat. Thank you all very much. Really do, from the bottom of my heart. As I say, I get no support here anymore apart from Mike, so you really are my support just for being there, and that's why this was important. You need to understand it and know it, and yes. So as I say, next one hopefully a bit happier. So I'll see you next time. I'll leave it there for now. Don't forget to leave a comment below, hit that thumbs up, and share this video. If you know someone that's sick or got an illness or struggling, maybe share the video. So tell them there's some laughs at the beginning, and that's the two sides of this coin right now. Okay then. See you guys.